How you guys doing? It's 514 Mystic from BookieBullies.com, and this is Breaking Down the Books. Coming off of a 5 out of 12 game yesterday. Would have probably gone 7 of 12 if I didn't give out a few picks that basically went against the everything that the stats said. There was that Utah game versus Minnesota. I said that the game was gonna go over. I had an idea that it was gonna go under, but I just felt like it was gonna go over. So, that's obviously one of those picks. And there was also the Montreal game that I would have said would go under. At the last minute, they ended up changing Keith Kincaid and put it in Carey Price, and that changed the outcome of everything. But I gave out those picks, so you live with the results. It is what it is. 5 of 12 on the day yesterday. Starting today, we got a fresh slate of NHL games. 13 games in the NHL, 2 games in the NBA, and obviously it's Thursday night where we got some Thursday night football, and we're gonna break all of this down, try to keep it as short as possible, and that's pretty much it. I usually give you the rundowns, but you could always check out the rundown at 514 Mystic on Twitter, and you can find all the picks that I gave out yesterday. Trying to keep the show short. Haven't been successful at it because have such short slates of different sports. Like the other day was a short slate of hockey. The other day was a short slate of basketball. Today's a short slate of basketball again. So it's been hard to keep the show short, but I'm going to try to keep it under 20 minutes today. And we're going to pretty much beast through this one. Starting from the top, we got the Anaheim Ducks versus the Florida Panthers. Anaheim favorite 155 on your buck, 260 to 1. Sorry, Florida's favorite, 155 on your buck, 260 to 1 for Anaheim, 6.5 is the total. Not sure who's at net quite yet. Florida's on a hot streak right now. They're playing really good hockey. Obviously, they're favored for a justifiable reason. John Gibson's at net today, 2.91 goal against average. His percentage basically dropped since starting the season hot. He was in the 1.8, and now he's basically upping his game to about 3 goals a game. Not so good. But Florida's playing pretty good. Bobrovsky, 3.44 goal against average. Remember, they weren't really protecting him early on the season. I think they've been doing a lot more adjustments in basically playing on the back end, trying to protect their goalie. Because they've been having a really hard time doing it. Bobrovsky, he was allowing almost 4 goals a game. He's down to 3.44. So that's something to look at. 88% save percentage is not very good. But like I said, it wasn't too bad on his end. I don't have a play in this game. If I had to pick something, I'd probably go with the over, which is not a very popular pick at all. The under is the more prevalent thing to pick here, but I'm not gonna pick a pick in. I'm not gonna pick a play in this game. Next game, we got the Buffalo Sabres versus the Boston Bruins. Boston coming off of a big win the other day versus New Jersey. I mean, really, they were supposed to win anyways. Now they're playing the Sabres. Sabres, they're just streaking the wrong way. Biggest dogs on the block today. I cannot possibly. I love to give dogs. I cashed out 2 of the biggest dogs on the block this week in hockey. I'm not about. We're only Thursday, so in 3 days, gave you guys 2 big dogs that cashed out big. I'm not about to give you Buffalo today. I'm sorry. I just can't do it. If anything, I'd give you Boston, but Boston is just not paying enough, and I can't give you the under because, quite frankly, 5.5 it's just not enough. Boston could probably go over by themselves. They could probably score 5 goals, and then Buffalo probably just gets one lucky one. Couldn't tell you if it was like, so. Honestly, I'd wait to see what ends up happening. Maybe sprinkle a little change on Buffalo, but I don't think it's a good idea. Carter Hutton's at net. He's 6-4-2 on the season, facing Tuukka Rask, who's a bad boy right now. Boston seems like they're trying to trend in the right way. They had a few horrible teams to play, so you know if you want to bet on Boston, feel free to do it, but I don't think there's enough value here. Like, you're really gonna have to bet the minus 1.5, and I don't trust that play at all. I think Carter Hutton has a big game in him, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's against a big team like the Bruins. Next game, we got the Detroit Red Wings versus the Columbus Blue Jackets. Neither of these teams are really good in my opinion, but they're both kind of trending in the right direction. Detroit, losers of the last 3. They looked really good before losing those 3 games. Obviously, they played, they played some guys. You know what I mean? They played Ottawa, not a very good loss. They played San Jose, not a very good loss. They played Kings, not a very good loss. Now they're playing Columbus, who's, in my opinion, right now in the hockey league, they're playing along the same lines as all those guys that I just mentioned. So if you want to bet on the Columbus Blue Jackets, paying 54 cents on your buck, I would not suggest it. What I would suggest is that this game goes way over, these 2 teams trade blows, and let's see how it works out. That's gonna be my first official play. You probably shouldn't bet on this game at all. If like I suggest not to bet on it. My personal opinion. I suggest not to bet on it, but I'm giving it out as a play. I'm giving you the over 6.0 in this game. I think they're gonna try to trade. Maybe it's gonna be a slobber knocker. I could easily see this game finishing 4-3 for either one of these teams in overtime. So first play of the game, I'm gonna give you guys the over in this game. Now we're gonna break this down because I'm not trying to give you guys blind bets. You know what I mean? I'm just telling you what I think here. I'm going to give you a justifiable reason if you want to go the other side and if you want to pick on Columbus. Columbus, 5-1 at the spread in the last 6 games, but 3-7 overall in their last 10. They're 1-7 at the spread against Detroit. You know what I mean? In their last 8 games, but they're 8-1 overall against Detroit in their last 9 games. So, they haven't covered spreads, but they have beaten them. Detroit, on the other hand, they're 5-1 at the spread in their last 6. They're 1-9 on the road in their last 10. 1-8, like I said, when playing against these guys. 5-0 at the spread. So if you wanted to bet Detroit to cover the 1.5, not a bad idea. Like I said, 4-3 victory for either one of these teams looks like a good play. But I'm not going to give you guys a pick because I don't like either side here. I just like the over. Next game, we got the Pittsburgh Penguins versus the Islanders. Revenge game here. Pittsburgh 215 to 1 on your buck. They're the road dogs today. Islanders been looking really good. I believe Thomas Greiss is at net today. We got Thomas Greiss versus Matt Murray. Last time these guys seen each other um, was basically this week, 2 days ago. New York ended up winning 5-4. Big game, crazy game. Um, People don't anticipate. I think I gave you guys the over in that game also, if I remember correctly. I would have to go back on my Twitter to check it out, but I'm pretty sure I gave you guys the over in that game, and we ended up cashing. The last time these seen each other, New York was the victor. I like Penguins to win today. I like the home and home situations, and I like the Penguins to win this game. It typically goes that way, and if you got me last time, I'll probably get the best of you this time. That's just a conspiracy pick that I got here, so you don't have to follow if you want. If you don't want, I don't think it's gonna go over again. I think there's gonna be a little bit more defensive intensity, but I like Pittsburgh money line in this game. Next, we got the Calgary Flames versus the Blues. Blues favorite for some reason. The reason is Calgary is really not that good. But the Blues haven't been playing that well either in their own respects. 5.5 is the total. The under is paying the least amount of money because they're anticipating that this game is going to go way under. We got David Rittich at net versus Jordan Binnington. 2.73 goal against average for Rittich. 2.31 for Jordan Binnington. 2.3 plus 2.7 is basically equal to 6, and 6 is over 5.5. These are basic numbers. But the St. Louis Blues play a very slow-paced game. They take a lot of shots, but they don't get a lot of shots on goal. That's the like you have to actually watch these games to understand. The stats are not going to tell you this. You understand what I mean? The stats are going to tell you that this team has more shots on goal than that team, but they're not telling you how many shots are going wide. They're not telling you how many shots are going in the stands. You know what I mean? They're just telling you the shots on goal, including the posts or how many the goalie's been saving or the goalie's been deflecting or all that other stuff. They're not telling you how many shots they're actually taking in a game. St. Louis takes a lot of shots, but they don't accomplish very much with them. They're 9-3 overall in their last 12 when playing at home against Calgary. Calgary's 0-5 in their last 5 on the road, at the spread rather. 0-5 overall, and the unders hit in 4 of the last 5 games for Calgary. This is another reason why it's paying so little. On top of the reason that both goalies have under 3 goal save percentage. I don't like a play in this game because I don't like either favorites. I don't think either team are trending in the right direction, and I don't like either guys to win here. Uh, I know it seems like I'm not giving out too many plays, and it's because I'm not. It doesn't. It's not that. It doesn't look like that kind of slate so far, and I'm going down it with you guys, and it doesn't seem like that kind of slate so far. Next game, Colorado Avalanche versus the Minnesota Wild. Sounds like an under game to me, right? No, not necessarily. Wild been allowing way too many goals for my liking. 6.0 is the total. 195 underdog is the road dog. 195 road dogs are the Colorado Avalanche. I like Avalanche in this situation. They got Grubauer at net. He's been looking good. He just came back, and he's been looking good. Last time these guys seen each other, Colorado kicked ass. It was 4-2 victory for these guys. Wild's trying to get W's. Alex Stalock's gonna be at net today. 911 save percentage versus a 917 save percentage for Grubauer. Give me the Colorado Avalanche. If you need motivation to bet on Minnesota, let's check it out. I would suggest off the top of my head not to do it because they're really not that good right now. No offense to them, they're just really not that good. They're in the bottom tier of the league, and I don't really like them. 8-15 in the last 23. 23 is the whole season. They basically played 23 games thus far. They're 8-15 at the, straight up, so they've only won 8 games. 7-18 at the spread. At the spread being the 1.5 or not to lose by 2 or more goals. And they've beaten Colorado 11 out of the last 15 times they've seen each other. Yikes. So if you needed motivation to bet on Minnesota, there it goes right there. I'm not betting on it. I'm going the other side, and I like the underdog, the road dog, to take the victory in this one. Going against the statistics once again. Next game, Philadelphia Flyers versus the Hurricanes. I don't like to play in this game. Flyers haven't been playing really good on the road. Hurricanes, they just came off of a big win, if I'm not mistaken. Let's check this bad boy out. Pretty sure Hurricanes just won their last game. I might be completely off. But yeah, they're on a big winning streak. They just won versus the Hawks. The Blackhawks were on a big win streak. They ended up putting that to the side. In my defense, for not believing in Carolina, they played some garbage teams. They played Buffalo, trending in the wrong direction. Ottawa twice, not that good, and New York and Philly, who are mediocre at best. They lost to. They were at Philly. Is very good at home, so no offense to Philly when I said mediocre at best. New York is what I'm talking about when I say mediocre at best. They could give you good stretches, but they're really not that good. So Carolina being a 1.60 favorite, I'm not convinced. They got Brian Elliott at net, who's better in my opinion than Carter Hart right now. Carter Hart been struggling at net, man, and I mean he's still young. You got to give him a chance to develop and all of that. But honestly, if you're not rolling with Carolina, don't pick anything at all. 6.5 is the total here. I like the under. Peter Mrazek is solid. He'd be standing on his head sometimes. And Brian Elliott's been the reason that Philly's actually been doing pretty good. 4-2-2 on the season. Not a bad record at all. Next, so basically the guy accumulated what? 8 plus 2. He accumulated 10 points for the team. Pretty good. Now, next game we got Tampa Bay versus Chicago Blackhawks. No, sorry. We got Vancouver Canucks versus the Predators. Predators, favorite. They never should be favorite. They're really not that good. Way too much money for the Predators. 2.50 is the goal. Is the underdog over here. I would sprinkle a little change on my own end. I would lean Vancouver, but not a very good idea to bet on these guys right now. 6.0 is the total. Uh, Pick what you choose. I'd rather stay away from it. Tampa versus Chicago. Tampa, they look like they're playing all right now. They look like they're playing all right now. 1.80, 2.05 is the favorite. Road dogs, sorry, road favorite 1.80 on your buck. Looks like the big cat is going to be getting the nod today. Is he? Is he? Is he? Is he? No, we got McElhaney at net. McElhaney versus Corey Crawford. Corey Crawford really hasn't been that good. I'm skipping over this game because I can't back either team. I just can't back either team here. Like, I'm not a big fan of not a big fan of what Tampa Bay is doing when McElhaney's at net, and Corey Crawford's been horrible. Sorry to say, just saying. Next game, Winnipeg Jets versus the Dallas Stars. Dallas, under is the prevalent pick to choose in this thing. We got Connor Hellebuck versus Ben Bishop. Both goalies doing really good. 2.35, 2.20. Easy under in my opinion. Last time they seen each other, the game went under also. 3-2 was the victor for Winnipeg. That was just last week. So it is what it is. Next game, I'm giving you the under. Official play under 5.5 in that Dallas game. Next play, we got Toronto versus Arizona. Toronto is basically a pick 'em in this game. 6.0 is the total. Um, I usually love to bet on the under when Arizona is at play. The problem here is that Toronto allows so many shots on goal, and Freddie Anderson, in my opinion, is not that good, but some will argue that his team just been leaving him out to dry. Leaving him out to dry. Those are the talks that they're having about Freddie Anderson. Give me Arizona money line and the under to keep this game a slow pace. They just fired Mike Babcock. I don't think they're gonna bounce back all of a sudden because of it. Don't bet on the don't bet on the losing streak. They have the longest streak in the league. There's no winning streak longer. There's no losing streak longer. There is no streak in the league longer than the Toronto Maple Leafs right now. Give me Arizona and the under. I'm sorry, they can't generate any offense. Not right now. None. And now you're facing a physical, slow-paced Arizona team who knows what they're doing, who have an identity. You're gonna come in here with a new coach or the assistant coach rather, and try to. No, I'm sorry. No, 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 no. Give me Arizona money line and the under in this game. Next, Sharks and Golden Knights. Golden Knights all the way. I'm not even looking the Sharks way, but the Sharks are on a crazy win streak right now. So if you're interested in betting on the Sharks, you're not out of your mind. Biggest, second biggest dog on the block. You might want to bet on them. Might be a good look. Wait, I feel like the Sharks just got their winning streak snapped. Give me a quick sec. They did. The Oilers came back with a vengeance and beat them 5-2 the last time they seen each other. They would be on a 7-game win streak right now. All of a sudden, they're such big dogs. Now, Aaron Dell's going to be at net. He's 2-3 on the season. Not very good at all, allowing damn near 4 goals a game, but it's a small sample size for him. You got Flurry's at net for Vegas. Always a good day when Flurry's at net. I fear that Vegas is going to go over by themselves. But I like the under in this game. I like the under in this game. Next, we got the Oilers and the Kings. Kings underdog at home. Oilers, you know, Oilers are the Oilers. They're all right. It could be a lot better. They got Mike Smith, who's expected to play. If anything changes and Koskinen's at net, I like the Oilers to cover a minus 1.5 with an empty netter at the end of the game. Otherwise, I don't have a play in this game at all. And that's pretty much it. We're gonna move along to the NFL where we got one game, Thursday night football. And before I do that, I want you guys to go ahead and smash that like button, share, comment, subscribe, and also hit that notification bell in that corner, and you'll be advised anytime I post videos like these. So starting with the Houston Texans versus the Colts. Uh, Colts are sitting at the top of the AFC South. Houston is right below. They basically have the same record, but I think I might be way off. You guys could let me know. You football heads could let me know. I'm pretty sure that it's because the Colts actually have more division wins than the Texans do. I'm sure you could check that on your own time. But they are both even record 6-4, 6-4, and it's a division game. So in a division game, Houston or the Colts. The Colts are 5-4 at the spread, one push. Houston is 5-5 at the spread. I don't like either team at the spread here. The total's kind of low, in my opinion. 46.5 is really not a lot. But I'm not expecting a big gust of points or anything like that either. Yeah, I think they're justifiably low. No, not even. Indiana, the Colts are 6-4 on the over, and Houston is right in the middle of the pack. Yeah, no. I don't really have a play in this game. If I would pick something, I'd go with the under because division games are typically very defensive. So let's say the game finishes 24-20, the game is right under that total. Let's say the game finishes 21-18, that game is right under your total. So I like the under in this game more than anything else, and I don't like a side. So I'm only gonna have one play in the NFL today. We're gonna move right along to the NBA, and we might get. No, we're not gonna make it. I was thinking we were gonna make it under 20 minutes, and we're just not. So we're in the NBA here. Portland Trailblazers versus the Bucks. Damian Lillard should be back. Carmelo Anthony is gonna be in the lineup. He didn't look so bad in his first game for a year, considering the fact that he's been off for a year. You know, he only played 20 minutes. He went. He had a horrible day, but he didn't look too bad out there. Um, Damian Lillard is still not back, so unfortunately he's not going to be there. Nurkic is still going to be out, and Whiteside is also out for today. So that's too bad for Portland. They're probably going to get blown out again. 229.0 is the total. Yesterday I gave you guys the under in Bucks versus Atlanta. They went way over. I'd like to go back to the under because I don't think Portland is going to generate too much offense. CJ McCollum is really not that good. Yes, he's a good player when he has his complementary player with him, but I really don't think he's that good. 229.0 is the total here. It is what it is. Next game we got the Pelicans. I'm gonna go with the under 229 and live with the results. Next game we got the Pelicans versus the Suns. This game should be a slobber knocker. The over 233.5 prevalent in this game. Pelicans, they got their go-to guy back. Go-to guy being Brandon Ingram. I'm not talking about Zion. Zion, we don't even know how good he is yet, or how injured he is yet. You know what I mean? How serious his injury is. So and even when he comes back, we're not gonna be sure what kind of a guy he is. So I can't I can't call him anything. I can't call him anything outside of what he really is, and I'm not sure what he is yet. Brandon Ingram is their go-to guy. He's back in the lineup. Ricky Rubio is out for today. He might play. He's a game time decision, so that's going to be something to look out for. Frank Kaminsky, very important guy. This guy actually stretches the floor. He does a very good job stretching the floor for Phoenix. So it's going to be interesting to see if he plays. He's probable, which means he's probably going to play. Aaron Baines is officially out, and Dario Saric is probably gonna play. So this Pelicans game, I like the over in it. Phoenix should not be favored. Not like this. It should probably be a pick 'em. They're way too banged up to be super favorites like they are. Drew Holiday is still on the other team and all of that. So I don't know. I'm not 100% convinced. I like the over in this game. That's gonna be my only two plays. So in the NFL and the NBA, I basically got two picks. I got the under in the NBA in the Bucks game, the over in the Pelicans game, and I got the under in the Houston game. So, anyways, I'm gonna give you guys the Bookie Bullies rundown just to try to keep this as short as possible. Under 23 minutes is what I'm aiming for. Starting from the top, we got the over 6.0 in Detroit versus Columbus. We got the Pittsburgh Penguins money line versus New York Islanders. Colorado Avalanche money line versus the Wilds. The under 6.5 in the Flyers versus Carolina. You need the under 5.5 in the Jets versus Dallas. Arizona money line and the under 6.0 in that game. 6.5 under in the Sharks versus Vegas, the under 46.5 in the football game, under 229 in the Bucks versus Portland, and the over 233.5 in Phoenix versus the Pelicans. That's pretty it. That's pretty much it for me. Those plays will be posted on my Twitter. And like I tell you all the time, best of luck to all. And please, please do not bet what you can't afford to lose. This is a marathon. It's not a sprint. You're not gonna get rich overnight. You're trying to make as much money as possible, so please don't bet what you can't afford to lose. Be safe, be good, and I'll see you again tomorrow, Friday.